some different graphs today than we did the last few times. I was trying these a couple times if we can. But I'm going to cut these ones out. We're going to talk about something a little bit new here. It's kind of a weird notation, but I promise I'll walk you through it. All right. Because we're going to be talking about something called end behavior, which is describing the behavior at the ends, meaning arrows. We're going to be talking about the arrows today. Arrows, not errors. Okay. And it's got some really weird ways we're going to write it. You're going to need about 3 lines under each graph, just if you're looking at spacing. I know I accidentally took it home. I can't remember where I checked it. Yay! Found it. Huzzah! Good for me. Okay. So it has some weird ways we're going to talk about this. And what it really is going to describe for us is the left arrow and the right arrow separately, as 2 separate little sentences. So if you think about when we had our domain and range and we talk about negative infinity and positive infinity, right? Negative infinity went to the left and positive infinity went to the right. What we're going to say is on this guy, if we talk about the left arrow, it's hot in here. We're going to say as x approaches, we're going to just draw a little arrow, negative infinity. I'm going to put a little like colon or semicolon. Then we're going to say y approaches. And we're going to have to figure out which way it's going. So as x approaches negative infinity, meaning as x goes lefty, 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 lefty. Which way is my y going? Up or down? Up. Is up positive or is up negative? Positive. So as x approaches negative infinity, y approaches positive infinity. Fancy schmancy math talk for left arrow up. That's the way we write it mathy. The way we would say it is this is left arrow up. That's what this means. As x approaches negative infinity, y approaches positive infinity. You're going to practice this several times. Yes, my friend. This one? Why? Oh, that's a semicolon. You can also just do like a colon, just like dots. Excellent question, because once you said that, I instantly saw that saying, oh, yep, 100% it looked like a J. Okay, so if we do that when x approaches negative infinity, we're going to do it again when x approaches positive infinity. Oh, snap. So then, we don't have to write the as again. As x approaches positive infinity, our y's are going to approach what? Negative infinity, because the right arrow is going down. So as it comes more and more this way, my arrow goes more and more that way. Negative infinity. So again, this means right arrow down.
So if it was the other way around, the y arrow was going down and then the x is going up, you would switch to negative and positive signs on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're just going to look at each one individually because there's going to be times when they're both going positive or where they're both going negative or they point at something specific. So we'll see a few different ways that it can go. We'll look at a few pictures and we'll try it out on all four of those graphs that I handed you. Questions on this first one? I'm going to pick on those fans because it is hot in here today. Oh my gosh. Okay. That's what we're doing on those. So let's look at another one. There we go. I'm just going to get a little airflow in here. So we're looking at our arrows. That's what this tells us. And we always go left to right. It's not like a mandated law, but it's just one of those habitual things. So we start with as x approaches negative infinity. Put colons here so we can see it. Y approaches, I have to figure it out. So this sentence is always kind of going to be the same thing, this part of it. X approaches negative infinity as y approaches, and then we've got to figure out. Left arrow points where? Up. If my left arrow is pointing up, my y is going to approach what? Positive infinity. Then we're going to do the right arrow as x approaches positive infinity. As x goes more and more and more to the right, what happens to my y's? As it goes out this way, what happens to my y's? Positive infinity. They're going up as well. If it's going up, it's going to positive infinity. At all. It's going up at all. Questions on it? This is one of those things that just takes practice. It's weird, but it just takes a little practice, okay? Yes, my friend. Because that's saying we're looking to the left side. So as x goes negative, what happens this away?
The first one was left.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is saying left arrow. That's what this piece means. And this piece means up. This guy down here means right arrow. And also up. So the left arrow is going up, that's this guy here, and the right arrow is going up, that's that guy there. So we're describing the two different arrows. Correct. The left side is negative and the right side is positive. Just like on our number line. So the left side is negative and the right side is positive. Good questions, guys. Good questions. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna die. It's hot in here. I don't know how y'all sit here in hoodies. Granted, I'm drinking hot coffee. But whatever. Okay. Squiggly looking weird one. Oh, I have an email. And again, it's gonna always kind of start the same way. As x approaches negative infinity. So I'm going to start with the left arrow. Y is going to approach what? So as x approaches negative infinity, as x goes left and left and left.
Negative.
Negative infinity. This guy is talking about this guy, just so we can see it colorways. And my left arrow is going down. So as x approaches positive infinity, my y's are gonna approach positive infinity. This guy over here, my right arrow. It's going up. It's just one of those weird things. Once we get the hang of it, we should be able to fire through them, but it takes some time to get it under, to get our feet underneath us on it, and that's okay, okay? This is one of the things we're gonna use throughout the year. We're gonna talk about end behavior a lot of times. We'll use it more, honestly, in the spring semester than we will this semester, but we are gonna use it the whole year talking about end behavior. Okay, I think we have one more. And this one's a little bit weird, okay? Ready to move on a harder one? So again, we're gonna set it up the same way. I'm gonna give those colors. As x approaches negative infinity, y is gonna be where? Is it going up or down? No. What is it pointing to? Because this guy's, he's not going up, right? He's not going down. Where's my y's? At 2. My y's at 2. It's going straight to the side. It is neither up nor down. Doesn't matter what's going on, my y's are 2. Okay, that is the wonkiest line I think I've ever drawn. Here we go. It's continuing on. It's staying at 2. If my x is negative 500, my y is 2. My x is negative 3 million, y is 2. If my x is negative 800,427 billion, 0.2. My y is 2. It is. It just is. So if and only if we have a sideways arrow, will it have anything other than the infinities? So let's do our other side. As x approaches positive infinity, my y's are going to be where? 2. Yes, sir. If it's straight, it's always what number it's at. So if it was, for example, if it was down here, it wouldn't be 2 here. But if we had a line here, this would be that my y's were at negative 3. Because that's the 1, 2, 3, third one down. Okay, so it's whatever our value is. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's whatever our value is, wherever it is. Because if I take my line up here, and so we're looking at positive infinity, if my x is 2, my y is 2. If my x is 5, my y is 2. If my x is 10, y still 2. If my x is 20, y still 2. If my x is 500, y still 2. If my x is a million, y still 2. If my x is 200,000, y still 2. That's less than a million. But whatever, you get the point. Okay, so this end behavior stuff is a little bit finicky and it's written really mathy, but it just means where's the arrows going? Okay? Questions on that? Because what I'm going to give you now is that homework that I didn't pass on Friday. So that you guys can do all of it at once, because I didn't want us to get thrown off by the extra lines. Okay, so there's 3 graphs on the front and 2 graphs on the back. Okay, so you're going to do your extrema. Remember our maximums and our minimums. We're going to do our end behavior. All right, and this is the homework for tonight. You guys have a good 25 minutes. You can get this done in here. Use your notes, ask questions. I'm here to help. You can work with your friends. That's left arrow's at 2, and the right arrow's at 2. Because this arrow is not going up or down.
I feel like I put left arrow down here for that way.
Yeah,
So that's just nothing.
left arrow's at 2. Like, it is 2. It's stuck. You ain't going nowhere. Yes. What that is it pointing straight sideways. If there's straight sideways, it's gotta be whatever value.